400 soldiers, sub-zero winds, and an entire meal operation built to run with scientific precision. The reality behind how Japanese troops eat, sleep, and endure in extremes is not just about willpower. It's a feat of organization, measured in calories, minutes, and degrees. The secret is ruthless attention to systems that leave nothing to chance. But how do these methods turn chaos into survival? And could a single failure bring it all crashing down? Winter in Hokkaido is not just cold, it is relentless. Temperatures during field exercises routinely plunge to -20 degrees Celsius, transforming the simplest routines into survival challenges. For the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force, these conditions are not hypothetical, they are the baseline. Units train in snowfields where exposed skin freezes in minutes, and even diesel fuel thickens in fuel lines. In these environments, every system, from mobile kitchens to heated tents, faces a test of endurance, not just for the soldiers, but for the machines and routines that keep them alive. Disaster relief operations add another layer of urgency. In March 2011, after the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami, the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force kitchens produced over 1 million meals daily, serving both troops and civilians across the battered Tohoku region. Field kitchens worked round the clock in towns like Sendai and Ishinomaki, where night temperatures dropped below zero and snowstorms swept through makeshift camps. The challenge was not just volume, but consistency. Each meal had to be hot, safe, and nutritionally balanced, delivered in weather that could freeze a pot of soup left unattended. Feeding 400 soldiers at once is a logistical puzzle in the best conditions. In the field, it becomes a race against hypothermia and exhaustion. Kitchens are built into insulated containers, designed to operate in sub-zero winds and icy rain. Diesel-powered heaters keep rice and miso soup steaming, while insulated storage prevents supplies from freezing solid. Every action is measured against the cold. Serving lines are timed to the minute, and food is portioned to minimize waste and maximize energy. When disaster strikes, these same systems scale up, feeding thousands of evacuees in addition to the troops. The environment shapes every decision. In the north, tents are anchored to withstand blizzards, and sleeping mats are rated for temperatures far below freezing. Routine drills in these settings are not just about practice, they are rehearsals for the real emergencies that Japan faces year after year. In the field, nature is the adversary. The difference between order and chaos is measured in degrees, calories, and minutes. Inside a Japan Ground Self-Defense Force field camp, the heart of daily survival is a mobile kitchen engineered for scale and speed. The system is built to operate reliably in cold, rain, heat, and isolation, and to make complex logistics feel routine. Field Kitchen 1. Remodeled is a containerized unit mounted on a truck chassis. It arrives on site and transitions from transport to full operation in under 2 hours. Once parked, the crew unfolds modular workstations, connects fuel lines, powers up a 10-kilowatt diesel generator, and begins heating water for sanitation. Insulated walls guard against wind and snow, while engine-driven refrigerators keep perishables safe even in deep winter. The kitchen output is measured in hundreds, not dozens. Each unit is rated for 300 to 800 meals per day, with peak performance reaching 265 meals per hour during high-tempo operations. Standard procedure calls for 3 hot meals daily, each menu planned to deliver 3,000 to 3,700 calories per soldier. Rice forms the backbone, portioned in 670 to 1,200 cubic centimeter servings, paired with proteins, vegetables, and miso. In cold weather, calorie density climbs, and mountain rations known as yama meshi boost endurance for alpine patrols. Cooking unfolds as a tightly choreographed sequence. 6 to 12 kitchen crew members split into teams. 2 prepare ingredients, 3 manage boiling and roasting, while others handle serving and sanitation. The tray ration heater, a staple of the system, can heat 18 meal trays to 82 degrees Celsius in 40 minutes, enough to keep the serving line moving with minimal delay. Each tray is checked for temperature and portion, maintaining both safety and consistency. Waste is kept below 5% through careful portion control and rapid distribution, a necessity when fuel and supplies are limited. Sanitation is non-negotiable. A 3-sink system cycles water through washing at 38 degrees Celsius, rinsing at 49 degrees Celsius, and sanitizing at 77 degrees Celsius. The entire process is powered by the same generator that runs the kitchen, ensuring that even in blackout conditions, hygiene standards never slip. Cold chain vehicles shuttle frozen and chilled goods from central depots to the field, maintaining a seamless supply of fresh ingredients. When the meal is over, the kitchen is cleaned, packed, and ready to redeploy, sometimes in less than 90 minutes. Survival, at this scale, depends on engineering as much as discipline. A flawless meal line for 400 soldiers depends on more than equipment. At the core is a team of 6 to 12, each member assigned a role before the first burner is lit. The kitchen team leader calls a briefing and divides tasks. 2 people handle ingredient preparation, slicing, and measuring, while 3 focus on cooking, managing rice pots, boiling water, and monitoring protein dishes. Others are responsible for serving and sanitation, cycling between stations as the pace demands. This choreography comes from the Quartermaster School Field Module, where trainees learn to calculate portions, time the heating of each pot, and anticipate hazards like hot oil or crowded aisles. Every step follows a checklist, from confirming the rice texture to ensuring the miso soup reaches the right temperature. When the meal rush begins, the line moves in seconds per soldier. Each tray is checked for consistency, each portion weighed. Cleanup starts before the last tray is served, with sanitation teams scrubbing pots and resetting stations for the next cycle. In this system, collective responsibility is not just a value. It is the engine driving precision, keeping the operation on schedule and ensuring that no one is left waiting in the cold. Sleep is not left to chance in the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force Field Camp. Each tent, known as a GP medium, shelters 8 to 10 soldiers, arranged in staggered rows to block the wind and conserve warmth. Inside, kerosene stoves maintain the air at 10 degrees Celsius, even as temperatures outside drop below -15 degrees Celsius. Insulated mats and sleeping bags rated to -40 degrees Celsius form a layered barrier against the cold. Rest is rationed with the same precision as food. Rotations run 4 to 6 hours, logged by the platoon sergeant who checks each soldier in and out, ensuring no one is left exposed or overtired. The system treats sleep as a resource to be managed, not a comfort to be earned. Cleanliness follows a strict daily checklist. At dawn and dusk, squad leaders inspect feet for frostbite, issue dry wipes and alcohol gel, and check uniforms for dampness. Portable washing units and hand sanitizer stations dot the camp, while latrines are dug and treated with lime and moved daily to prevent disease. Hygiene is enforced as part of operational readiness. Logs track compliance, and any lapse triggers immediate correction. In these routines, the platoon sergeant becomes the quiet enforcer, maintaining the invisible lines that separate discipline from disorder. The result is a rhythm of rest and hygiene engineered for survival, not comfort. During the Pacific War, Japanese military supply systems collapsed on remote islands, leaving entire units stranded with dwindling food and no hope of resupply. Starvation claimed more lives than combat. The core of the problem was not just scarcity, but the breakdown of routine and planning. Rations, once abundant, were reduced to polished white rice, stripped of essential nutrients. Beriberi, a disease caused by thiamine deficiency, swept through the ranks. Soldiers grew weaker by the day, their bodies failing even as they clung to discipline. Attempts to supplement diets with foraged roots or fish rarely filled the gap. Bulk shipments spoiled in the heat or were lost to enemy action, and without a standardized system for distribution, some units hoarded supplies while others starved. The lesson was written in suffering. Survival in harsh conditions demands more than courage. It requires a system that anticipates failure and builds redundancy into every meal and every supply line. Modern Japan ground self-defense force routines, including portion control, vitamin mandates, and strict schedules, are shaped by these hard-won lessons. The memory of those lost to beriberi and hunger remains a caution, a reminder that discipline and preparation are not luxuries, but the foundation of endurance. Today, the ability to feed, rest, and sustain hundreds in the field defines military readiness as much as any weapon. In a world facing new disasters and demands, survival is engineered, not improvised. The systems built for soldiers now shape how nations respond to every crisis. Thanks for watching.